Hi, everyone. I'm Brad Gates, Business Operations Director for the City of Ontario Economic Development Agency. We're here at Four Sector Innovation Studio here in beautiful downtown Ontario for the latest episode of the Ontario Connect series, which aims to connect the business community with the resources and information you need to succeed. We're glad to have Vincent McCoy with us today. He's the Executive Director of the Inland Empire Small Business Development Center. Vincent, it's great to have you here with us today. Could you tell us a little bit about what the Small Business Development Center does, and especially at this time with responding to the coronavirus, how are you guys helping small businesses today?
Sure. Great to be here. The first thing I want to say is that we're doing what we've always done, which is provide free counseling, free training, and support for small businesses throughout the two-county area. What we're doing a little bit differently with regard to the current situation is we're working remotely. So everybody on the team has a mobile phone, has a laptop computer, and has the ability to answer and respond to any questions people have with regard to the disaster and still in general the basic questions that businesses have and the issues that they face every day. So we're available just like we always were by having people call our phone number. And I can give that to you. It's 951-781-2345 or 909-983-5005. And they can call either of those numbers and get the same level of support they've always gotten from the SBDC.
That's great. And I was talking to some businesses recently that were saying they were having trouble accessing some of the resources that are available right now under the CARES Act and other stimulus programs, and wondering what advice you would have for them. Say I'm a small business and I'm having a hard time getting a Paycheck protection program loan from my lender. What do you recommend that I do?
You know, the nickname for the Paycheck program is called the PPP. I have a fourth P, patience. Okay. And what I'm emphasizing for people to do is to be patient. And if I add another one, P, be prepared. And by being prepared means that get your payroll records in order, get your financial statements in order, so that when that opportunity comes for you to apply for the loan, you're ready the first time to submit. I know people who are experienced in doing their businesses who've had to submit it 4 times because they made a mistake here or they made a mistake there. So the better you are prepared to provide the information, the better chance you will have to apply for the PPP and get it successfully.
So besides these loan programs, is there anything else you guys are offering right now that would be helpful to businesses at this time?
Well, in California, we do have the state of California working with the iBank program, has a disaster loan program, which will give businesses loans up to $50,000. We are also talking to some of the Inland Empire cities and to the county to see if they're going to put together programs that would provide emergency small loans. And, you know, one of the things you and I talked about before is how much things have changed. So if some of this sounds new to you, it's because these things have happened overnight or in the last couple of days. And so that's the other thing we're asking people to do is, it's a little bit of a tricky thing. One, you've got to be careful what sources of information you trust and believe. And 2, be prepared for the information to change and be willing to respond to the information as it's changed. Keep in mind that this is the first time we've ever had a disaster that has been national. It's the first time we've ever had one that has touched as many segments of our economy as this one has and will. I mean, you think about little things like bars and restaurants being closed. Well, that's going to have an impact on taxes for cities and things. It's also going to have an impact on DUI, so people are going to be staying home. So revenues you might get from accident, not that that's a good thing, but revenue taxes for fees for people who get moving violation, those are going to decline. So the ripples of this type of disaster are greater than anything we've ever seen and wider than anything we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's very true. I read that the SBA has processed more loan applications in the last 14 days than they have in the entire last 14 years. So the amount of work that the SBA and that the SBDCs are doing right now is phenomenal, and we just can't thank you enough for the work that you guys are doing to support our small businesses and really do the best that you can to keep the economy going. So I just want to really thank you for being here with us today. And I'll also add, Vincent and I, following the social distancing protocols. So we're standing across the room from each other. So I, again, just want to thank you for being here with us today, Vincent. And again, appreciate everything that you do to support the small business community here in Ontario. And I'll also add that we are going to provide in the show notes, we'll provide all of the links to the websites for iBank and the other websites that Vincent referred to. I want to highlight a new program that just came to my attention. It's called the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, or PUA. This is a program through the State of California Employment Development Department. And what it does is it allows individuals who are self-employed or contract 1099 employees to access unemployment benefits, because I didn't learn this until this crisis. Those individuals traditionally are not eligible for unemployment. And so I think it's a really great thing to support this really big sector of the economy. And the state is going to begin accepting applications, according to their website, on April 28th. And the good news is I did hear that the benefits will be retroactive to February 2nd. So again, if you're self-employed or a 1099 contract employee, definitely visit the state's website. And again, we'll provide a link to that website in the show notes. And you can go to that website, check it out, and submit an application on April 28th for those state unemployment benefits. In the first podcast, I briefly talked about companies who had pivoted to change their manufacturing processes to assist in making personal protective equipment. Again, that plea is still out there for any manufacturers or companies who are able to make this vital equipment. Please consider doing so. Again, that website is covid19supplies.ca.gov. You can go there, you can check out what equipment is needed. They have the specifications for every type of equipment. You can go on there and decide for yourself if you're able to make that make that equipment, and change your manufacturing process to do so. And then the state, through that website, can help coordinate and connect you with customers who need that equipment. Lastly, I want to again emphasize the need to support each other as a community more than ever. You know, so many of our small businesses are struggling. A lot of them are closed down, but some are still open. Some of those essential businesses, including our grocery stores, pharmacies, restaurants, and other small businesses, are still open. And it's important that when safe and appropriate, that we support those businesses. And I know that the first round of stimulus checks hit individuals' bank accounts this week. And so again, if you're able to, the point of that money is to infuse the economy. And so the more that we can put that money into the hands of our small businesses, the better off our whole economy will be in the long run. So definitely encourage you to support those businesses. And again, we'll put a link in the show notes, but you can go to our website, and we have an interactive map there that shows all of the restaurants and grocery stores and pharmacies that are still open for business at this time. And so definitely encourage you to visit that. And if you are a restaurant and you're not on that map, please send me an email and we'll make sure that we get you added to that map. Again, we're all in this together, and the more that we support each other, the better off we'll be and the faster we'll be able to recover from this disaster. That's our show for today. I want to thank each of you for listening and just reemphasize, that we're all in this together, and that the more that we support each other and the more we support our small businesses, the quicker we'll be able to get through this crisis and get back to normalcy. I want to thank Vincent again with the Small Business Development Center for being here with us today, and again for all the good work that he and his staff are doing to support the small business community here in the Inland Empire and in the city of Ontario. Please stay safe, stay healthy, and we thank you for your contribution and continued efforts to support the community at this time. Thank you again.